This one, you're gonna get a higher SPF. This one's SPF 25. Both of them are long lasting. Which side of my face do you think has the CC cream and which side do you think has the foundation? Both of them have SPF, so I wanted to compare which one does better coverage. Do you have any guesses? Which side is which? Well, let me show you from the start. Tinted sunscreen, foundation with SPF, CC cream with SPF. What in the world is the difference of all of them besides the coverage? Well, I have two halves of a face, so let's put my two favorite ones on, see the difference of how they look. But to level the playing field to compare them, I'm gonna start with Elta MD UV Clear. Really love this because it is a sunscreen that's also skincare. So that way I'm not gonna compare which one has more SPF in it, because it's all gonna be a base right here of SPF 46. So let me put this on first. I'm gonna use that as my primer. That's gonna kind of help everything just glide on my face. I just use my hands for this, but I'm gonna use a brush when it comes to the different color, the tint and the foundation. I also use a kabuki brush. This is my very favorite one. And let's start with the IT Cosmetics on this half of my face. So this is the illumination one, and let's go. It has SPF 50 UVA UVB, and it gives you kind of a glow. I'm outside all the time, so SPF on my face is a non-negotiable. Usually what I do is I put it on the back side of my hand first. I start out with just one pump. If I need more, I'll use more. And then I dab. So I dab it there, and then again, we're only gonna do half my face. So nice out. It's late afternoon right now. I'm just now putting on makeup for the day. Okay, let's start by just looking at the difference here of no makeup and makeup. Do we see a dewy complexion on this side? Do we see just a little bit of coverage? It definitely evens out the skin tone. And on my hand, it kind of has a little bit of that glow, almost some like sparkles in it. I'm gonna use the other hand then for this one, which is kind of reversed because I'm left-handed, but that's okay. There it is. And that's gonna go on this side of my face. This is 40N Chestnut for the color. That's what I wear. Okay, we're gonna dab it. And then I am gonna use my left hand to dab it on my face. Okay, so that's on this half. Do we see a major difference?
Oh my God! Wow!
This should have more coverage to it. But what we're gonna do is take this inside, into my studio, because outdoor lighting tends to kind of blur everything, and I wanna see how dramatic is the difference. Okay, now that we're in the studio, let's get close and personal. Do you see a major difference? I can notice that this half is definitely glowier, so dewier, and this is more of a matte finish, although it does have a little bit of a glow to it, but this one definitely has more. As far as coverage, I'm actually pretty impressed. They both seem like they did a really good job of coverage. I'm gonna blend a little more. I do feel like trying to do it without a mirror. I noticed it wasn't as blended as I normally do, but overall, wow. Okay, so this half was the IT Cosmetics. This half is my foundation. And really very, very similar, very similar. This one, you're gonna get a higher SPF. This one's SPF 25. Both of them are long lasting. They're fabulous. I do feel like this one's a little bit lighter and this one's just a little more of the fuller coverage. And then of course we started with a base of 46 with the sunscreen as well. Okay guys, I know as the weather warms up, we're all thinking, what should we be putting on our faces? And hopefully this review helped you make some decisions. If you're looking between these two, I highly recommend them both. In fact, you could even combo if you wanted to and put this one on first and this one on second, this kind of being your primer, or just go with this, or just go with this. It's really up to you, or go some days this, some days that. That's what I usually do. It just depends how much coverage I want. Definitely recommend get this brush. It's one of the best brushes. And I mean, it's just easy to use. Do that dab method. That kind of warms it up on your hand, and then you just dab it. And then if you are using an SPF product, your hand actually gets some SPF on it for the day, which is nice. So when you're driving, you know, you're not gonna get wrinkles on your hands. Hopefully you loved this. If you did, hit that subscribe button, hit the share button, throw a comment in there if you have a brand you love or you've tried these, or you're just still confused on the difference between a tinted sunscreen, an SPF foundation, a CC cream. Sometimes I think they're just words, right? It's all about what's going to protect you from the sun and give you some good coverage. And I think these two are the best. Thank you guys for joining me on this video, and I'll see you on the next one.